Hey guys, SK here, back with another Clash Royale video. Hope you guys are all doing well. As of today, the Double Evolution tournament is officially underway, and so I have to do my job and bring you guys 5 of the best decks to use to have success in this tourney. So as you can see, it is a 4-day long tournament with the normal battle game mode format, and we play with 2 evolutions, so double evos is the new norm, whether it be in challenges or on ladder, so we kind of have to get used to this. And as I said, I've specifically curated 5 of, in my opinion, the best decks for you guys to use to have success in this tournament. I did some research both in-game on the leaderboard and with my general knowledge of the meta overall over the past month. I've also used RoyalAPI.com, the best data analytics website in the entire world for Clash Royale, to specifically curate these decks and show you guys the best of the best to have success in the tourney. If you guys aren't familiar with the website, it's basically a be-all, end-all portal for any kind of statistics or deck-based needs you'd want in the game. Say you're a Lava Hound player, you want to find the best Lava Hound deck, or say you just want to keep up on the recent trends in the game, whether it's card usage or win rates, RoyalAPI is the go-to website for you. Link will be in the description below if you're interested. I'm also an official RoyalAPI partner, very happy to say that. And another note before we get into the deck breakdown, I have also specifically created these decks with the recent March balance changes in mind as well. So we did just have balance changes, and I've specifically chosen these decks to succeed with the recent balances in mind again. So with all that being said, hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's get right into the breakdown. Starting out with deck number 1, which is this Goblin Drill Wall Breakers deck. Goblin Drill, one of the dark horses of the balance changes. The change that it received was a duration increase by 11%, a first spawn time decrease by 50%, so 0.5 seconds faster of a pop out of the first Goblin with the drill, and also an HP decrease, which doesn't really matter because lifetime actually matters a lot more than HP when it comes to building. So this is a huge buff. Everyone has been talking about Goblin Drill recently, and so I think this is such an apt deck to use. Maybe one of the best decks in the entire game right now. Also, Evo Bomber was nerfed, and it got a bounce distance decrease of 17%, or 0.5 tiles, but honestly, it's barely anything. It's still a 1-cycle, 2-elixir evolution that acts as a magic archer from across the bridge, so that is definitely something that's still going to be very powerful. Little Prince also did receive a nerf of a range minus 8%, or 0.5 tiles, and an ability dash range in tow of 0.5 tiles as well. Honestly, a pretty well-deserved nerf. This card's been breaking the meta ever since it came out, so I think it's very well-deserved. Still a very strong card and probably going to see a lot of use nonetheless. Also, Wall Breakers are super strong. They're evolved, but they didn't get any kind of balances at all. I really wish they did. I actually really don't like this card. I think it's very overpowered, but they didn't do anything to it, so here we go. And as you guys can see, I don't have the Evo Wall Breakers in the normal game, but I do still get them when I select them for the global tournament. So even if you guys don't have any of these evos unlocked, don't worry, because the global tournament allows you to use any kind of evolution that you want, whether you have it unlocked or not. So into our first match, and this guy has Knight plus Bats, so it looks like it might be Miner Wall Breakers, I want to say, but it really could be anything. Firecracker as well. I'm actually going to take a poison on that Firecracker, just take it out, because I don't really want to mess around with it. I could also have activated King, but okay, somehow this still gets a hit. That's actually kind of ridiculous, but it's not too big of a deal. And Bowler, I'm actually going to drill opposite right away. So Knight, Firecracker, Bowler, Bats. This looks like kind of a mid-ladder deck. Or Goblin Giant, but honestly, like, I can't really say I recognize the deck this guy is using. It's actually very strange. Gonna go for my... Actually, I'll go for nothing on that side. Then I'll go for my Bomber and Delivery as well. For the... I also do have to go Goblins, actually, because the Flying Machine in tandem with the Bowler will kill my Bomb Tower. So that's still a pretty good defense. As you can see, this deck has really strong defense. Since he just uses Zap, I will go Wall Breakers to the bridge and gonna force something out or get a double connection. Do get the double connection. Look at that, guys, for 2 elixir. Wall Breakers are an insane win con, and I'll activate King off the Firecracker as well. Why don't I? And that's going to be very helpful for the rest of this match as well. Unfortunately, the LP is going to pretty much die, but it's not too big of a deal. I know he has Bowler in hand right now, so I'm a bit wary of going for my drill. But at the same time, I do actually have an Evo Bomber ready to use, so I might as well just go for the drill. Even if he goes for the Bowler, I can literally just Evo Bomber on top of it. Late delivery for the Skeleton Barrel to clean it up. You guys actually can full counter a Skelly Barrel by delivering early, but I think it's totally fine to do what I did as well. And now I'm going to just really annoy the hell out of this guy by going Evo Bomber to the bridge. Look at this, guys. Going to be a double bounce on the tower, I think. Yep, we get the double bounce, so really ridiculous. LP low. Hopefully the... Oh my god. Okay, wait. I am actually in a lot of trouble right now, because the tower is not on the Flying Machine. I really thought it would be, but it's not, so things are looking really dire. Gonna go for my delivery right now. Should hopefully kill that. Yeah, it does. So honestly, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought I might have lost the game. Obviously, it's not that bad, but that was still a pretty sus situation. Gonna go for my drill Evo Wallies right now, and as you can see, they do actually die to the bowler, but they still force the arrows out as well. Or actually, no, they didn't even force the arrows out. He went arrows on offense, if I'm not mistaken, but this is honestly not the best matchup. Like, it's a really weird mid-ladder deck, but he has, like, bowler. He has a bunch of annoying cards, and Flying Machine is actually really good against my deck, so that's a bit of a pain. But I am managing just fine, I think. He's probably going to go Skelly Barrel in a second here. He is, and I'm going to cycle back to my Bomb Tower, because I don't really have anything good in cycle for that. That's going to be just fine. I just have to be careful of overcommitting on offense, because he has a lot of stuff that can just take me out, really. So I just have to be careful. Does go for a bowler. Let me try and get a bomber on the tower, maybe. Okay, goes for a great Evo Knight. I have to give it to him. Or not even Evo, normal Knight. But goes for a great Knight to block. Honestly, I do have to give it to him. That was well played, because he might have lost the game off that bomber connection otherwise. But we should still be fine. I'll go Bomb Tower like this, because I want it to hopefully get on top of the Firecracker, ideally. And even if not, the bomb will. That's going to be super helpful. Or actually, it's going to push itself out of range, maybe. But now we have the Drill Wall Breakers push. Might be enough to do him in. No, it's not. But we're getting there. We're really getting there. This is going to be sketchy. He's going to go Flying Machine the bridge. Most likely, he loves doing that, based on what I've seen out of this guy so far. Going to delivery. Goblins to pull these bats into my delivery. Poison the Flying Machine as well. And we should be just fine. He might Skelly Barrel. It's going to be scary. Okay, he goes for a bowler, actually. What do I do here? I'll go Bomb Tower like this, I think. Should be the best course of action. And hopefully Skelly Barrel pops. Perfect. So I can just delivery on the Firecracker. Even though it's evolved, it's going to be a huge pain. We are totally fine. Crisis averted. I can go Goblin Drill right now. Poison the Flying Machine. And then if he goes for anything on the Drill, I can probably just... Okay, the Flying Machine actually walks out of range, but Drill is doing its thing. As you guys can see, I don't know if you've noticed, but my Drills have actually been getting, like, a lot of early damage, because that's the buff, really. Like, it's kind of a crazy buff, honestly. And that is good game right now. That's just going to be a guaranteed tower take with the poison, so going to be a very, very nice win. For the first one against kind of annoying matchup again. Flying Machine and Bowler gave me some issues. Flying Machine locked onto the tower at one point, was pretty scary, but we are fine, we are chilling, so it's not too big of a deal. He also had arrows, so he had like decent counters to my deck, but this deck is just so powerful. Again, Drill after the buff is absolutely insane. Before we continue, by the way, guys, Supercell did give the final birthday community goal, which is the Evo Wild Shard, so make sure you collect it from the shop. You only have 2 days to do so. And on that note, can we also talk about how ridiculous this offer is? 20 USD or 28.98 Singapore dollars in my currency for one book of books. Like, that is absolutely crazy. And they're actually saying it's 10 times value as well. I cannot believe it. But anyways, on to the other decks. Now, we have Miner Wallbreakers. This deck might look familiar to you guys, because it is a true classic OG deck. This is the Remy Ellie Miner Wallbreakers deck, back in full force. Because of the balance changes, 2 of them actually did apply to this deck. The biggest one is the Magic Archer buff, which was a minus 13% reduction to the first hit speed attack, so minus 0.1 seconds off the first hit. It does hit just a little bit faster, because it used to be really slow after the last nerf, and so this deck might kind of be back just because of that alone. Evo Wallbreakers, again, are also super overpowered, and honestly, they are just kind of dominating, so I think this deck is definitely back in full force. Bomb Tower also super strong, and Tornado, when paired with the Magic Archer Bomb Tower, you can defend anything. You can even break through an offense with March Tornado. One nerf that hit the deck was the Evo Knight, which was kind of an overdue nerf, but at the same time, it's such a overused card, but it was nerfed many times as well, so it does beg to question like whether it was truly a deserved nerf, but the nerf that it got was a minus 8% hit speed reduction, so it does hit faster, but the damage multiplier it had was completely removed as well, so I believe it just attacks like a normal Knight now, if I'm not mistaken. 244 DPS. Yeah, it has exact same DPS as a normal Knight, exact same damage as well. Still gets the hit speed or HP buff and the shield, but that is still like a pretty noticeable nerf, because now it offensively has pretty much the same stats as the Knight. We will see if this is enough to kill the Knight or not. I think it should not kill it, to be honest. Should still be pretty solid in the meta. And again, Evo Wallbreaker is one of the best cards in the entire game right now. Completely untouched in the balances. Actually, I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest, but we do just have to deal with it. So found our first opponent here with this deck, and he gives me the WoW. So let's see, maybe he recognizes who I am. Goes for the low LP. I think the Wallbreaker will connect. Yup, Split Wallbreaker's a super good starting play with this deck, by the way. And any Wallbreaker's deck, really. It's just very solid. Goes for a Bomber. I'll just let this go, I think, and Spears to pressure. Really interesting LP ability. I'm not sure I agree with it, but at the same time, I'm in a little amount of trouble here because I have to waste a miner on defense, but don't be afraid to miner on defense with these decks, guys. They can be very powerful as well. So LP, miner, bomber. Might just be miner poison, but I'm not 100% sure. A bowler, okay. A bomb tower. We are going to have to see what else this guy has, but I'm not 100% sold on what it is. Maybe Electro Giant, to be honest. He might even lightning this. Have to be a bit wary of that if he does. Looks like he won't, though, so I'll go for my wall breaker to the bridge right now. Very solid, cheap pressure option. Goes for a good E-Giant, actually. That's going to be a pain because I just used my bomb tower, but I should be fine. Let's go for my low spears, get some DPS on this ASAP, and then NATO it out of, like, too much trouble before it gets too much damage. Yeah, that's totally fine. We take 2 E-Giant attacks. I'm actually going to go wall breaker to the bridge right now because I think he's very low on elixir, and he doesn't have the cannon and cycle. He just used it. So yep, look at that wall breaker connecting to tower. Look at that, guys. 1,000 damage from just, was that what, like one wall breaker plus the other one? I think like one of them died to the bomber in its like first stage and spawned second stage, and the second one connected with full stages. Like, it's a bit complicated to explain, but that was wild. On another note, if you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. We are doing pretty well. I'm at like 34.5k subs now, so definitely well on my way. Feels pretty good. And if you guys would like to support the content, would really appreciate it. You know, been pretty busy with the university stuff, but still trying my best to do my best and make content for you guys. So would appreciate any kind of support again. He does go for the lightning, but this is totally fine. Again, I can just NATO the E-Giant in. Bomb tower death damage will also do well. And because he just used a NATO, I can go for my miner in the back now. Don't have to worry about a NATO activating king. Even if he wastes the cannon, it doesn't even attack the miner that well. And I'll go for my marcher to snipe this bowler. He might go for an LP to snipe my marcher in return, which is totally fine. I can even try some NATO tricks on if he does that. But as you can see, Magic Archer's doing crazy work. I will actually go for the NATO, keep my Magic Archer alive as long as possible. Knight as well. As you can see, Magic Archer's a huge MVP of this deck. Like, it really just pops off. Okay, really good Knight on his end. That's actually going to catch my Knight, unfortunately, but we're still chilling. Force out the cannon and still get some damage. I think that was maybe a Marcher getting damage on the tower. I don't know what it was, but as you can see, we just have a nice lead. I actually played this deck on my alt. I'm 7-0 with it right now in the GT on my alt, and it's doing a lot of work. Like, it really is doing a lot of work. It's very fun, and I beat E-Giant very convincingly, so I'll go for my minor wall breakers right now. I think Cannon does unfortunately full counter the Evo wall breakers, so... Oh, but he lets it go. Oh my god, look at that, guys. That is so much damage, just like that. We have a huge damage lead in the left as well now. Like, that's actually wild. I'll go for my log NATO. Just keep this Marcher alive as long as humanly possible. And... okay, this is a bit sketchy at this point, actually. What do I do? I'll go bomb tower like this. I'll take a fair amount of damage right now, but I don't think I'm going to lose. Yeah, I think I'm okay. And I'll go for a wall breakers like this. I noticed I just took quite a bit of damage in the left as well from that knight, I think it was, but I kind of had to do that. I was kind of tunnel vision focused on the left lane. He actually got a lot of damage there, I'm not going to lie. It's getting a bit sketchy right now, but I think we're fine. He just uses Evo Bomber, so we should be in the clear. I'll go for a pre-bomb tower. Pre-bomb towers are a pretty nice play. And I think I'll line up this LP. Yeah, look at this beautiful Marcher NATO, guys. Gonna get a lot of value. Kill the LP. Kill the bomber, hopefully, behind that as well. Yes, it does. Going to Knight. Log. He's gonna go for the lightning. I'm back to a second bomb tower, though. This is why you go for the pre-bomb towers. And oh my god, the bowler NATO is going to be pretty devastating. I'm actually a bit scared of this bowler. Please don't be on my tower, swear to god. Is that on my tower? Oh my god, it is. Okay. I'm gonna have to do some crazy comeback stuff here, guys, because he's actually up a lot of damage now. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, Marcher on tower. Hold up. Gonna NATO this bowler to keep it within range. Look at the Marcher. One more hit, maybe. Oh my god, that's enough, right? That's enough to take the tower. Yes, let's go. That is so clutch, guys. I actually that was like a very roller coaster type game, like roller coaster of emotions. Oh my god, he got a lot of damage, especially with the bowlers. That was very frustrating, but because of my nice Marchers, that was like the true MVP. Again, Magic Archer buff is really huge for the game overall, like for this deck especially. I feel maybe even P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Bam, because P.E.K.K.A. also got a buff. But yeah, that just showcases the full power of Magic Archer, honestly. Without even a big spell, you can just DPS so much. Also, Evo Wall Breakers got so much damage on tower that game. Again, really, I'm surprised that card didn't get nerfed, but it's very solid. So yeah, and this is my alt. I'm 7-0 on that one, guys, with this deck as well. So highly recommend if you're a Miner control player or just want to play Miner, one of the best archetypes in every single meta, no matter what. Moving on, we have Giant Graveyard, guys. This is another deck that was actually hit by nerfs again. LP nerf affected it, and also Graveyard itself got a small nerf, a minus 0.5 second duration overall, which I believe results in one less skeleton spawned overall, if I'm not mistaken. Which isn't much, but I mean, it's something. Like, every small nerf counts, and Graveyard's been at the top of ladder for ages now. It's been so popular, so broken, so I think it is pretty nice that Graveyard got a nerf, but this deck was, like, everywhere last season. Like, so many people playing with it on top ladder. The season before last season actually finished #1 in the entire world. Jorge Luis, the best Giant Graveyard player in the world, finished first. And then even last season, one of my good friends, Fahad, got a top 100 finish. Many other Giant Graveyard players in like the top 50, top 20. So this deck never really goes anywhere. It's not even that hard to play. Sometimes you literally just go Giant Graveyard the bridge and take the entire tower. You don't have any big spells here, but Arrow Snowball is really enough to get a lot of value. And I am a big fan of the Evo Archers and even the Evo Bats. I made a tweet recently saying that Evo Bats are one of the most underrated cards in the game, and I really feel like they are. They're so strong and powerful. They can single-handedly win games in a lot of situations, so I really don't think this deck is too hard to play. I don't even know if it has too many bad matchups, honestly. Okay, Founder game against a Korean guy who has a top 400 global tourney finish, so should be a decent player. Let's see what we can do with Giant Graveyard. Honestly, guys, I am not a Giant Graveyard player, so don't expect me to make the perfect plays all the time, but I'll still do my best. Bowler, also a very strong card. Kind of surprised, as were a lot of people, that it didn't get nerfed. We see the Bats Ram Rider. That is pretty interesting. But as you can see, Bowler's a full counter to the Ram Rider. It's going to be very annoying for my opponent to deal with right now. And I'll just stack Bats same lane. No real reason not to, I guess. And let's see if he has maybe like a Giant Snowball. Nice, Bowler's just out of range. That's actually so annoying for my opponent right now. And I'll just Giant the back. Bowler hopefully kills the Bandit. No, it doesn't, so I do have to Snowball. Because that's going to be a lot of damage. Look at the value of that Snowball, guys. Insane. And I believe this guy has a Mega Knight in this deck, so he's probably going to Mega Knight soon. I'm a bit worried right now. Okay, I'll go Archers. I'm not going to Graveyard because I think I need all the elixir I can get for this defense. Okay, yeah, he's not going to Mega Knight. But he did defend that pretty well, to be honest, so well played to him. I'll just go for my low LP. I have to go Bats on this Bandit. Honestly, don't have anything else. He might Snowball or something, but shouldn't be too bad. And LP will kill that Queen just fine. I'm going to try and save my Bowler as much as I can for his Ram Riders. I think that's my main Ram Rider counter right now. So this is looking interesting. Does he have an Inferno Dragon in this deck? Okay, he's leaking. I'm just going to Giant the back again. He goes MK the back. That could have been an opportunity for me to go Giant Graveyard the bridge, but I don't know, to be honest. Like, I don't really know, so I'll just do this instead. I'll go for my Evo Archers kind of high up to start working on that Mega Knight. They should do quite a lot of work, to be honest. Like, they'll get the power shot as well. We force out the poison. I can actually just go for my LP now. Snowball the Bats. I don't know if it'll kill them, because, as I said, Evo Bats are extremely underrated, very strong, but hopefully they'll die now with the help of this LP. I'll go like this, and I'll Evo Bats on the Queen. Hopefully they can do a pretty good job. No, they don't do the best job, actually, but it's fine. I just have to find my one time. I think this is not like a super easy matchup, I feel. I'll go Giant Graveyard now. Low-key, I'm kind of feeling it. So let's go Giant Graveyard. If he goes Bats, I can Snowball them off. If he goes for anything else, I can like do something. There's the Bats. Let me Snowball them off ASAP. Hopefully get a lot of Graveyard damage, maybe, but we actually don't get much at all. Wow, that's not great. We do get some now. We get some damage back, but this isn't looking like amazing again. Let me go Bowler and try and not let the Mega Knight jump. Get the Bowler lined up so that the... nice, we did kill the Queen and Snowball the Ram Rider before it really gets the charge off. I did kill the Queen before it really got too much. Okay, the Bats were misplaced though, guys. That should have been on the Ram Rider. Might be. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I'll go LP as well. Should be fine. Should 1v1 the Bandit, right? Yes, it will. And now he looks like he's kind of scared of a Giant Graveyard push, so that's good. We always want to keep him on his toes. He does have poison in this deck, so this is not like the easiest of matchups, to be honest. Like, it really isn't. I'll go Giant low as he goes for the Queen. I'm feeling a Giant Graveyard right now. Yeah, but it's like it's awkward because the Giant's not crossed the bridge yet, but I'll go for it now. Let's Giant Graveyard, guys, and I have my arrows ready for whatever he wants to go for. Let's see. LP low. We get like no damage from the Graveyard because he has a lot of tanks, but look at all that damage from the Giant, actually. But this is a monster counter push we're going to have to deal with now. So I think I'm going to go like this. I kind of feel like I have to go Bowler on all of this, and then I'll go Evo Bats as well. They should put in quite a bit of work. Yeah, they're going to kill that Archer Queen. Okay, really good Ewas, actually. This is going to be a lot of damage for him. I do have to go arrows. but I think I'll survive. Yeah, I'm fine. That's a lot of damage for him, but I'm alive. I do have a bowler as well. I won't waste the bowler, though. I want to LP. And I think, like, he just used poison, so I have an opportunity to go for my giant graveyard, honestly. I'm kind of feeling it. I'm feeling it, guys. I'm going giant graveyard at the bridge. And if he goes bats, I'll literally just... I'll snowball that. And then I have to save bowler for defense. I have to remember to save bowler for defense. And this might be a good game, honestly. Because that's quite a bit of damage. And giant is going to connect to the tower. So we get one... Okay, not enough to win the game. But it's quite a lot of damage. I'll go Evo Archers. Giant. Sorry, I'm going kind of quiet because I have to focus right now. Like, this is not the easiest of situations to be in. I'm not going to graveyard right now. I think I have to chill. Yeah, I'm not going to graveyard. I'm just going to, like, spell cycle, kind of. I think that's a nice move to go for. And bowler should... Okay, snowball all of this before bats get any chances to attack. Evo bats do die in one shot, by the way, to snowball. Bowler should hopefully kill that Ram Rider. Yes, it will. So I am fine. I do have to go archers because the bowler's about to die. And we won, just barely won by the skin of our teeth, guys. Good game. That was honestly a well-fought match by me. Like, to believe that Giant Graveyard actually takes skill, no way, right? But that was one of the few matchups that isn't the best. And against a pretty good player as well, you guys saw. He literally had a top 400 global tournament finish, so he wasn't just a nobody. And he had a poison for the graveyard. I didn't have... like the best counters to his stuff. Obviously I had a bowler, which was the MVP of defense there. Like bowler and even archers were pretty clutch as well. But I didn't have any like good tanks. Like a knight, for example, would be so nice in that matchup against a mega knight, against a bandit, for example. Even the queen was pretty annoying, but he didn't have the best counters to giant either. Like all he really had was a bunch of DPS. Like not high DPS either, just a bunch of DPS, like say bandit, queen, and stuff like that. And then he had the ram rider on defense too, but he actually ended up being pretty aggro with his ram riders. Went in a lot, which I think might have been his misplay. So again, I'm not a giant graveyard player, but that is one instance I feel where I actually did play giant graveyard well. Believe it or not, giant graveyard taking skill in some kind of universe. It's wild, I know, but that was well played by me, I do have to say so. Next up, we have Royal Hogs Earthquake, one of the best decks in the entire game, every single season, like a sleeper pick as well, low-key. It's not like super good, but it's always just there lurking in the shadows. Ian77 usually plays this deck at top ladder. He's known for Hoggy Q, but he also gets like good finishes with this deck. Last season, I think he finished second if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. They don't show it in the leaderboards anymore, which sucks, but I think he was, or at least he was like second at one point end season. I don't remember exactly. I know Mo finished first, but I think Ian might have been second, to be honest. I could check later, or you guys might know. But anyway, he was playing this exact deck last season. I checked his royalapi.com. Very interesting substitution. He actually does have the Ice Spirit and the Skelly. So usually, this deck obviously runs the Evo Bomber in here. Very strong card again, even when it was nerfed. I don't think it's that bad. Believe it or not, guys, there was actually a clip I saw where Evo Bomber splashed the tower 3 times with one bomb. Like, what the hell? Like, that was like 900 damage off one bomb. It's insane. So the bomb bounce distance nerf isn't that big of a deal, actually. It's just like something. And I think if it hits the tower by itself now, it actually gets 2 bomb hits by default. So that's actually just wild. Like, the bomb bounces twice on the tower. But anyways, this deck, Pig's EQ, has always been solid, and now we subbed in the Evo Bomber. So normally I'd say you sub it in for the Ice Spirit, and you still have the log in here, but I saw Ian was in fact playing this version with the Ice Spirit too, so I guess we are foregoing the log. And I think I'm just going to trust Ian's gut on this, because he knows what he's doing. So he's playing with this version. Tesla is used because it is pretty much a very all-rounder type building, which I think is very important for this global tourney as well. People play any kind of deck in this global tourney, so you really do have to be ready for anything. And so Tesla being able to hit air and ground is very solid. You can also run the cannon or the bomb tower as more heavy-duty ground options, but Tesla is just a very solid all-rounder. And delivery, one of the most underrated cards in the game, very solid, but doesn't see too much usage just in decks like these. And Evo Skellies, I can't believe none of my decks before this had Evo Skellies, but they're also one of the best Evos in the game, actually. Some people are surprised they didn't get nerfed in the recent bounces, so they do put in quite a lot of work, actually, Evo Skeletons. And so yeah, this deck should be a lot of fun. I think you can pretty much outplay any matchup with this deck, and we'll see what we can do. I think Pig's first play is a totally acceptable play. There aren't really too many ways you can get punished. He has to Fireball and Valk, and that's still going to be actually no damage, but he had to overcommit a lot there. So I'll go for my LP, and I think I will ability as well to keep the LP alive. Valk, Firecracker, Fireball. I don't know what this looks like, but it does look like not the best of matchups right now, because he has lots of decent counters to my stuff, honestly. Like Valkyrie, Firecracker. Maybe it's Hog? Yeah, it is Hog. I'll go test like this, guys. Hopefully activate a King off the Firecracker, but if not, it's not too big of a deal. We didn't, but that was the goal of that. Anyway, I'll Ice Spirit now to activate King. Hopefully, please hit. Okay, for some reason, the Firecracker took like 10 million years to attack. So Or not really going to get much out of that, but it's not too big of a deal. We can always activate King later on. I feel like this matchup, missing Log might hurt. Like, Log is very nice against all that Firecracker spam, but it's still okay. I'm going to go in again. Let's see what he has for this. I'm not going to EQ on offense right now because I think whatever he goes for, yeah, definitely not worth EQing. I have to deal with this huge counter push right now, so just going to chill. Maybe Bomber splashes tower. It does. Very nice. And so this is going to be a fat delivery, guys. Look at this delivery. Going to get value on the Firecracker and Hog Rider. Beautiful. And the Tesla will do a great job at cleaning everything up as well. Very nice defense. And now we have the Evo Bomber ready to punish. So maybe I can do something with that. Maybe I'll like try and force skeletons out or something with my Ice Spirit. And I can Evo Bomber what he... Yeah. Look at this, guys. Hopefully this hits tower. Okay, I really messed that up, actually. That's my bad. I tried, though. Maybe it'll still get... Yeah, we do still force out the Log. I'll go for my Pigs now. He has to Fireball, I think. He's not back to Tesla. Okay, I was completely wrong on all counts in that interaction. Don't mind me, guys. Wow. He very much could Hog Rider right now. I'm a bit worried about that. Yeah, he is going to. I'm going to go Delivery and then Tesla. I think this side should be all dealt with, but the Hog was tanking for those skeletons, so I had to be careful. Really good Firecracker by him. Honestly, can't do much about that. Like, I kind of just have to let it go. Oh, even better Valkyrie. I'm going to activate King off this Firecracker, though. And then I'll just Delivery to kill it, please. Okay, beautiful. We're going to take one Val kit, but it's not too big of a deal. Now I'll go for my EQ on this Tesla. He does pre-Tesla. Interesting pre-Tesla, honestly. If I didn't go Pigs, I could have just Earthquaked it anyways, but it's fine. LP will get on tower as well. No, it won't, but the threat of it was definitely there. I'll get ready to Tesla before going Delivery, I think. Yeah, I'll Tesla first, then Delivery, because I want to cycle back to my Tesla more importantly than Delivery. And I'll go Pigs right away because he's pretty low in Elixir right now. Just kind of rinse and repeat right now. I think the EQ might not hit the Tesla, but it's fine. Just EQing to get tower damage is also acceptable. If he goes for something, I can Bomber on it. Yeah, I'm going to Bomber on that. Hopefully this lines up. Does it? Oh, beautiful. We get one bounce on the tower, maybe even a second one. One more? Oh, if that hit tower, that would have been just insane, but it doesn't. But imagine, that would have been a double bounce, I'm pretty sure. Okay, definitely going to force a Delivery plus Tesla right now. Or rather, Tesla plus Delivery. Tesla was always a given, but Delivery was the one that was forced out there. But it's fine. Gonna go for my Ice Spirit for this Firecracker, just distract it. Okay, wow. Timing was off, my bad. Gonna take an Evo Firecracker to the face for that one, but it's fine. I'll pop Ability on my LP just because I think it's gonna be pretty useful this time, actually. And I'll go Bomber to predict skeletons. Oh, he actually has to Fireball, which is totally fine by me. He should be low in Elixir right now, so I'm actually gonna Pigs. That should kill the Valkyrie. Very nice. And then he's very low in Elixir again. Okay, I did miss the Tesla with my EQ, but it's still fine. Like, you can see he's kind of just getting beaten down right now, because these, like, Pigs EQ or Hog EQ always beats Hog Fireball. Like, that's just kind of a fact. Hog Fireball is not a very offensive spell combination. Like, it's just solid, but it's not, like, the best on offense. You know what I mean? Like, these EQs are getting value on offense pretty much every single time, but that Fireball is kind of doing him dirty right now. Gonna go for my Pigs again. Pre-EQ for the Tesla. Good hit. And now if he goes like Valk or something, I can actually go Evo Bomber on it. That's such a good game. Yeah, the Pigs are on tower. He can't really do much to stop that. Yep, that Pig's going to take it. Even if he didn't, this Bomber would have, and that's going to be GG. That was like a very one-sided game, and you guys can see I didn't even play amazingly. Like, in some matchups, this deck really just plays itself. It's a very solid deck that you can't really go wrong with. It's just awesome, and I guess not having Log didn't hurt too much in that one. It does keep the cycle really fast. You know, our fast cycle is Ice Spirit, Skeletons, Bomber, and then either Delivery or EQ or LP. That's a 7 Elixir 4-card cycle. That's super fast, actually. With the Log, it would be obviously more expensive because we wouldn't have the 1 Elixir, the option of having 2 1 Elixir cards. But yeah, this deck, just always solid, guys. Very fun to play as well. Lastly, we do have 3 Pronoxus Cycle. You guys might like call me out for including this because honestly it's not that good of a deck, especially in the meta. But I will say that, number 1, last season I myself finished top 200 with this deck in this Double Evolution Global Tournament. I was so proud of myself. But I reached 30 wins in the GT with it. Like, I'll show you guys the finish right now. It's on my Keepsakes account right here. This 179 was from the last global tourney, and I did it with 3 Pronoxus Cycles, so really fun stuff. But also Titan, one of the best 3 Pronoxus Cycle players in the world, he also plays with this deck, and he has finished top 50 in the entire world, like, 2 seasons in a row in the global tourneys. Like, I think last season he finished top 50, and the season before, or I think it was like 2 seasons ago he finished top 50, and the one before that he finished top 25, something like that. But either way, he's just always popping off in these global tourneys with 3.0 Expo cycle. Like, it's insane. I think last season he might have done like a top 100 or something. But either way, he's just always cracked, and I love watching him play. This is obviously my main deck as well. If you guys are watching and you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm an Expo cycle main, but I do play many different decks at a decent level, as you saw in these other matches. But this is my main deck, and so this is the deck I'll probably be running in this tournament for the most part on all my accounts. I just love this deck very much. So Evo Archers, Evo Skellies is the move for this one. And as for how to play the deck, I'd recommend watching my YouTube videos, because I do make pretty nice, if I do say so myself, tutorial videos on 3.0 Expo cycle. But otherwise, the general tips are: get positive elixir trades on defense, and utilize the Evos as fast as possible to get advantages in single elixir, and then try and get Expo connections. Expo is obviously your main win con here, but it's not something you just spam like a hog at the bridge every single time. You don't just Expo first play, or you don't just Expo randomly for no reason. You have to be very tactical when you Expo. Mother Witch, Skeleton King. This looks like Royal Giant if I had to guess, but we don't really know for sure, so I'm just going to chill and find out more about this guy's deck. Just going to Knight the back. But I do feel like it's RG, because Skeleton King, Mother Witch is not... Yeah, exactly. It's not a very common combination. Going to Skeletons as well. This RG is going to go super far towards the Tesla, and just like that, that should be a fine defense. And because he has no Mother Witch, that's why I was able to just go Skeletons on that. I didn't have to worry about any kind of counter push. And I'm actually going to go in right now, because he's not back to RG. I've outcycled his RG very nicely. If he goes Zappies, I can Fireball them. Does go for the Archers. I'll go Ice Spirit Log, catch the Barb Barrel, or I messed that up, but the attempt was there. And Mother Witch, okay, that's going to defend the Expo. I was not ready for that. As you can see, I didn't overcommit to that Expo either. Like, I could have definitely predicted something, but I didn't. If I went Knight, I probably would have gotten a big lock, but I didn't know exactly what he had. Like, now I know he has Archers. I didn't know that before. So that was just pretty useful intel, if you know what I mean. And now I have the Evo Skellies in cycle already. As I said, a big part of this deck is cycling to your Evos super fast and utilizing them for great punishes. And so hopefully I can do that here, but we'll see what's up right now. He does have Evo RG in cycle. I am pretty aware of that right now. And he has a Skeleton King that's about to get built up quite a bit by these Tombstone Skellies, but otherwise we're still chilling. Nice, the tower is on that, which is really clutch. That was actually pretty annoying, so I'm really glad that it's just barely within tower range. Otherwise, we might have had a problem. Gonna log. He definitely might go RG in front of one of these archers. No, just Fishermen's, and that's the lane I want damage in, so I'm just gonna Fireball. You'll notice, I play this matchup a lot, by the way. You'll notice a big, like, trend in the playstyle is spell cycle. Like, that's a big way this matchup is played. Just low-key spell cycling them out. Okay, what I'm gonna do is Knight first, so that the Fisherman doesn't lock onto anything. Then I'll go for my Ice Spirit as well to defend everything, and Evo Skellies are helping out on offense. I'm going to go for a Fireball on the Tombstone +1 Archer, and the Evo Archers will 1v1 in the left as well. So that's actually a perfect sequence. As you can see, I'm untouched on my towers. I've taken 0 damage right now, so this has just been a very nice sequence. His Mother Witch is not going to kill my... He actually does a huge job of messing up and doesn't kill the... Look at that Evo Archer living for like 10 million years. That's insane. And I'm actually going to go in now because that was a pretty good sequence for me, and the RG is far out of cycle. It's like 4 cards out of cycle right now. Knight to predict either Archers. Beautiful. Gonna Fireball that ASAP. Might get a lock right now because he's still like 1 off RG. I'll log this back, and I hope I can get a connection, but okay, he is back to his Evo RG. That's totally fine, honestly. Like, I'm not really worried about it. He might Barb Barrel, and I think I'll Skeletons, even though the threat of Mother Witch is there. It's still worth it to protect these Archers. Look at the Archers go, guys. Look at these 1 HP Archers getting infinite value. I didn't even need to Tesla with that. And I'll go in again because I have this nice counter push, and I have Evo Archers in cycle ready to go. So I'm going to log the Tombstone off. And if he's not ready for it, this is going to be a lock, actually. Okay, if he didn't get the RG down in time, that would have been a connection. Like, that was extremely close. And I'll go Evo Skellies. A little bit late, unfortunately, so I can't protect as much as I wanted to, but it's still fine. Gonna Fireball the Mother Witch. And these Skellies might actually take tower right now if he's not careful. Like, they're still a threat right now. He still has to respond. Yup, literally, the dude literally had to Fireball Evo Skeletons, guys. Like, that's what this game has come to. And now I'm fine letting this die, honestly. Like, he did just go for a safe Tombstone, so it's totally fine. The Ice Spirit did also connect to the tower, so that's all I really wanted. Like, just some kind of pressure. So now I do have to watch out, though, because this is a big Evo RG push about to come down. But I can go, like this. Ice Spirit Knight Skellies, because an RG doesn't actually blast anything unless it's attacking. So you can see, guys, we're in triple. I've played this absolutely perfectly so far. We have taken 0 tower damage in both lanes. Like, literally, you could not ask for a more perfect match right now. This is a great exhibition of how to play the matchup in my true humble opinion. I'm going to log all this back. Knight to protect my archer. Fireball all of that, honestly, because I'm not really messing around with it. And I'll go for a Tesla like this, because I don't want him to get a fireball on my Xbow plus Tesla in the middle. And now I'll go in, because I have my Evo archers ready. And he actually does go RG again, but he's in trouble right now, because I can easily just melt that RG with my own Evo archers. And then this is going to lock onto tower pretty soon if he's not careful. And it is going to. Good game right there. He just fireballed on offense, so he has nothing. And that's like literally the only damage he got the whole game, guys, was the fireball on the tower. That is how you play 3.x cycle. Good pressure at the right time. You'll notice I was never just playing Xbow for no reason. It was good pressure at every right moment. And we just kind of destroyed him. Like, I'm actually really proud of that one. That's a perfect exemplification of how to play the RG matchup with 3.0. And that is going to be it for the video, guys. We are at 10 wins now, so 5 straight wins. Unfortunately, I did lose at literally 2 wins. It's honestly embarrassing, but it was this like weird MK deck. And I think I messed up at the end somehow, like I forgot. But anyway, like he has a pretty good deck against drill, let's be real. Like he has Valk, he has MK. I can't really get much drill damage, and the one weakness of this drill deck is we don't exactly have good counters like mini tanks. Like we don't have a knight or a Valk. So that MK, that Valk was like wreaking a lot of havoc in that match. But anyway, no excuses. Like I still lost at 2 wins. I can't believe myself. But still, that's a pretty good video. I'm very proud of it. So that's about it for the video, guys. Again, all the deck links will be in the description below if you guys would like to check them out and try them out for yourself in the GT. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you in the next one.